Hello and good afternoon. I'm Nazneen Muni. Welcome you all to the Observer Heart Talk. Today, our discussion topic is: should the world abolish death penalty? There are three discussants with us. First, Adil Amir Khan. He is a human activist, and Mr. Mortala. He is a religion leader, and the Samson Nomale is a citizen. First, I want to go to Mr. Adil Amir Khan. Mr. Amir, there is 140 countries have already abolished the death penalty, but still there is 63 countries they imposed this sentence. And we all knows about the story about the Iranian mother who forgave her son's killer. What do you think about these two issues?
Well, act of kindness and act of forgiving is always better than taking revenge, I believe. And the act of that Iranian mother, I really appreciate that. And about death penalty, I would say it's the most grotesque part of society. It should be abolished in the countries. More and more countries are going beyond this, and they are abolishing the death penalty because it doesn't serve the purpose, I believe. How can you kill someone? If he has killed someone, you will kill him and the chain goes on, and that will not stop the crime. You should give him a chance to live. You should give him a chance to revamp his life and to think about his or her acts, that he can make
Mr.
himself a better person.
I totally want to disagree with Mr. Adil because it's totally uncalled for. I think it is unreasonable for him to think about even for a second to give this man another chance. If somebody has been proven beyond reasonable doubt that he actually killed somebody, he shouldn't be given the right to live. Because if you give him the right to live, who knows? He's going to repeat. He says the cycle will continue. The cycle, of course, is going to continue of killing, because you give this man to live again, he's going to kill the next person. So I will totally disagree with the fact that you should give this man an opportunity to live after he has committed such a heinous crime. I think very seriously that death penalty should serve as a deterrent to anybody who is contemplating taking another person's life. Because if somebody should take another person's life, then he's not fit to live. That's what I think.
But an eye for eye will make the whole world blind, I believe.
But if he knows the whole world is going to be blind, he shouldn't take the first step in the first place.
I mean, from hundreds and thousands of years, death penalty doesn't serve the purpose. Should you guys been able to stop the crimes? You should guys be able to stop the killers? No.
Absolutely.
So you have to give the chance to people to live for their free will, because they have a free will.
Giving somebody the chance to live when he hasn't given another person the chance to live, I think is totally unfair, it's totally unreasonable, and it shouldn't be thought of.
You are doing the same. If he hasn't given a chance to a person to live, and then you are doing it again and again, and what you are portraying in your society.
Now,
I don't think so.
You just read
against human rights.
Mr. Presenter.
But Mr. Samson Omale, most of the countries of the which called developed country, most are oblige this penalty.
Look,
Not all.
3 countries are there. They are imposed this law.
Among the 63 countries, I can tell that the United States is still practicing, the death penalty.
Yep.
You go to China, it's still being practiced. And if you look at these countries, these are countries major world powers in the world, and they know that, look, if they take this thing out, it's going to increase crime rates, it's going to increase corruption, it's going to increase and sabotage the development in their countries.
The loopholes in the law make innocents to suffer death penalties. Look at the figures in the US. A lot of innocents got this death penalty because of the loopholes in the laws. Who are you to decide we are going to kill that person? If he has killed someone, if he hasn't killed someone, the justice system has the loopholes. So most of the innocents get the death penalties. That's why I'm against it. It's inhumane.
But most of the undeveloped country and Middle East country also, who are basically religious country, they impose this so many. There is a religion leader. What is the reason? Is the religion permit that?
Thank you, Naznim. Islam is my religion. In Islam, capital punishment, Islam is for capital punishment. If someone kills someone other, the murderer will be hanged in a public square and face the crowd in Islam. Islam does that not because it is a religion of violence, but just to show examples to the other people.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, the religious man here just told us that when you carry out such punishment on those who are guilty of such crimes, it will serve as a deterrent, as an example.
Can I add something here
as an
to
example,
Mr.
excuse me, please.
Talas
Let me
saying?
learn, please. Exactly.
Talas
Excuse me.
saying.
You know, to serve as an example, because if you see someone down the street, let me tell you my own story. My stepson was coming down from school when somebody just kidnapped him, and after 2-3 days, he was killed. What crime has that small
But Mr.
3-year-old
Sampson,
committed?
there is other
And you give
punishment.
that person an
Other
opportunity to
punishment
live?
also.
It's unacceptable. It's
But
totally
he could be
unacceptable.
jailed for whole life. There is other
No,
punishment.
he said that Islam is religion of example. I am totally agreed. Islam is a religion of example. Prophet, peace be upon him, he set the example of forgiving people. He forgave the murder of his uncle. He forgave the lady who threw garbage on him all the day. So on the other hand, if you look at the brighter side,
Mr. Adil, you don't know Islam.
forgiving
You don't know
is
Islam.
the example as well.
Mr. Adil, you know, Naznim, the capital punishment, for my opinion, is the best law in this humanity. It's not a wild law. It's a law of social justice.
That's the point.
Justice, social justice. Because, look, if someone kills someone intentionally,
He had no right to live.
no. He had
But
no
in
right to
capital
live.
punishment,
He
a lot of
will be-
innocent
he will
get the
be-
punishment.
he will
A
be
lot of innocent.
killed.
How you will decide he's innocent or not?
But
The
there
law is there.
Law
That's the
is
point.
there.
The law is
and
there.
the loopholes are there
The
as
law,
well.
no, of course, that's why the law should be able to check itself. There's a check and balance. You have from the customary court to the magistrate court to the appeals court to the Supreme Court. So the law
When
is
you
even there
cannot
to
make
check
your law
itself.
perfect, then leave it.
But you-
when there are loopholes, then leave it.
But it shouldn't be
you
an
cannot
excuse.
you cannot take anyone's life when you have loopholes in your laws. So that's my point, and it's totally inhuman, I believe.
If you go to the countries where the capital punishment is not running, every day you see in the news murder, assassinations, everything.
There is
but
no
Mr. Talas,
there is no capital
there is,
punishment in Netherlands. You see the crime rate. What is the crime rate compared to the countries, compared to Iran, compared to Iraq, where the crime rate is like this?
And 63 country also imposed this law, but there is
If you
day by
compare your
day
crime rate, it's less.
increasing the murder rate. What will you say?
No, you can't stop. You can't stop crime. I mean, what you should do is to put in measures in place where you can check the continuous increase in the rate of crime. And that's why we are proponents of the death penalty. That's why we're saying that in countries where you begin to have this, you must put in arrangement. You must ensure that, look, if you don't have a system that checks, people who think about taking someone else's life deliberately, then you have such increase. But the more you have such increase, the more you need to put in measures in place. And that's why we're favoring death penalty all the way.
If you look at the developing countries, their crime rate, and the countries, those who have the death penalty, their crime rate, would they have been able to stop killing people each other? No. I believe that doesn't serve the purpose.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amir. Thank you, Mr. Samson Omale and Mr. Tala. Also, we have finished our time. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Death penalty.